This is the Premier League table from the 2022-23 season. Note Chelsea's final league position. Now look at the Premier League table from the 2023-24 season. Again, look at Chelsea's final league position. You would notice that they moved from the 12th position to the 6th position. In the 22-23 season, they scored a mere 38 league goals across 38 league games, with an average of 1.00 goal per match, while in the 23-24 season, they scored 77 league goals across the entire season, with an average of 2.03 goals per match. Despite the fact that Chelsea replaced interim manager Frank Lampard with former Tottenham and Paris Saint-Germain manager Mauricio Pochettino, I would say one of the major reasons for this improvement was the addition of a 21-year-old 6-foot attacking midfielder from Manchester City called Cole Palmer. Well, this video is not about Chelsea. It's actually about the 21-year-old attacking midfielder, how he went from a very small academic prospect to one of the hottest properties in world football. Cole Palmer was born in Wythenshawe in Manchester on the 6th of May 2002 to a very close-knitted family comprising of his father, his mother and his sister. Cole Palmer's granddad emigrated from St. Nevis St. Kitts in the 1960s, which is why Cole Palmer sports the flag of St. Nevis St. Kitts together with that of England on his football boots. Cole Palmer was obsessed with football from a very young age. This was partly due to his father, an amateur footballer who was a Sunday League player for almost 2 decades. He played for his local pub team Black Boy FC. Palmer recalls how his father usually sat him in bag of balls, wrapped up in rain jackets, while watching him play for Black Boy FC from the sideline. He fondly remembers the crunching tackles, the shouting, and the argument. He also recalls how his dad would take him to the park opposite their house, where they would practice with the ball every day. His father would throw the ball up in the air. Palmer would just control it. He would control the ball and then protect it. They would repeat the same sequence over and over again, and his dad would say, "There's no point trying to shoot if you can't keep hold of the ball in the first place." They would do this every day, no matter the weather. Even though his dad hated going out in the cold, he would always do it for his son. Even at a young age, Palmer was a footballing genius. He could see things that are hard to spot. As one of his coaches, Green Fowler, our local junior side, NJ Wythenshawe, recalls, on occasion where he would want to correct Palmer, only to realize that the young prodigy had already made a better decision that he had not even spotted from the sidelines. Palmer was invited to Manchester United, Liverpool and Bolton Wanderers. Manchester United said he could take part in training sessions, while Liverpool wanted to put him in a shadow group. However, only Manchester City guaranteed he would play actual football games on Friday evenings, so it was an easy decision for him to join Manchester City at the U8 level. Cole Palmer progressed fairly through the ranks up to the U16s. Despite Palmer's size, he has always been a standout player in the academy. Palmer's slight physique has always been a source of concern for the youngster, because while growing up, he was too small for his age. He would say to his dad, "Dad, I want to be big and strong." His father would reply, "No, you don't. You need to be small to learn how to use your skill." However, this would be a problem in the future, because at 16, some coaches at the academy wanted to release Palmer because of his slight build. However, Manchester City academic director Jason Wilcox vehemently opposed the move because he didn't want to repeat the same mistake he made when he released David Brooks, an equally talented footballer, but with a slight build just like Palmer. While he was talking about the incident a couple of years later, he said even though Palmer was small, he had elite characteristics, an amazing vision and awareness, and level of desire. He was just really clever in his play. Saw things that sometimes the coaches weren't even seeing. With players like him, you need guidelines, but you can't put too tight a straitjacket on them. You don't want to overcoach this type of players. Palmer's first seasons with the under-18s was the 2018-19 season, where he showed glimpses of his ability, scoring 4 goals with 1 assist in 11 under-18 games. When Palmer was about to move up to the under-21s, Jason Wilcox and Palmer's dad agreed that it would be a lot more beneficial for Palmer's development to stay another year with the under-18s, since he was still eligible to play in the under-18 levels. A decision which Palmer embraced, and he excelled as the captain of the under-18s in the 2019-20 season, lifting the under-18 Premier League title with his 20 goal contributions of 15 goals and 5 assists, playing a vital role in the success of that season. He also led Manchester City under-18 to the FA Youth Cup final, where they faced Chelsea He scored 1 goal and provided 1 assist as they defeated Chelsea 3-2 to lift the trophy. By the time he turned 19, Palmer had gone from around 5 foot 6 inches 18 months earlier to standing at more than 6 foot, but crucially, he never lost his silky touch. Palmer is a technically gifted attacking midfielder who has also been utilized up front. He boasts exceptional technique and a keen eye for goal, left-footed and with great awareness. He thrives in the pocket of space between midfield and defense, and when in full flight, he glides past opponents with ease. However, it was Palmer's goal that caught the eye in the academy. His 20-goal contribution of 15 goals and 5 assists in 14 U18 games earned him an invite to train with the Manchester City's first team. Despite the fact that Palmer was already training with the first team, it was always going to be very difficult to get playing time, so over the next few years, he was still playing with the U23s, winning the Premier League 2 title in the 2020-21 season with a difference of 14 points. He also had a 19-goal contributions of 13 goals and 6 assists in 16 games. In October of 2021, Pep Guardiola subbed on Cole Palmer in the 90th minute in a 2-0 win over Burnley. After the game, Palmer went over to play in the Under-23 game 1 hour later, scoring a hat-trick. The media made a big deal out of the whole incident, but Palmer simply replied, "The thing you've got to know about me is, if there is a game happening anywhere, I want to be playing in it. It just seems natural. I even think a couple of lads has done it since then. That is minus the hat-trick." Palmer will go on to score his first senior goal for Manchester City in a League Cup game against Wycombe Wanderers in September of 2021. In January of 2022, he scored in his FA Cup debut against Swindon Town. He led England to the Under-21 European Championship, where he scored in the semi-final and provided the assist for the only goal in the final to beat Spain to lift the title. A month later, he came on as a substitute to score the opening goal for Manchester City against Arsenal in the Community Shield. However, Arsenal would go on to win on penalties after a 1-1 draw. 10 days later, he would go on to start for Manchester City against Sevilla in the UEFA Super Cup, where he scored the equalizer to tie the game at 1-1, with Manchester City going on to win on penalties. Securing the club's first Super Cup trophy, Palmer also won the Player of the Match award. With Mahrez leaving in the summer transfer window of 2023, Palmer felt finally he was going to get a shot at the starting lineup. However, this was not going to be the case, as Pep Guardiola proposed a long move to Burnley. Palmer refused. He simply told Pep no, and that he wants to leave. Chelsea signed Cole Palmer on transfer deadline day for £42.5 million after failing to land Michael Olise from Crystal Palace. Palmer made his debut at Chelsea when he came on as a substitute against Nottingham Forest. His first start for Chelsea came in the League Cup game against Brighton and Hove Albion, where he provided the assist for the only goal of the game. He scored his first goal for Chelsea in October of 2023 when he converted from the spot in a 4-1 win over Burnley. He scored 3 more goals from the spot, including the stoppage time equalizer against his former club Manchester City, to bring an end to a run of 6 consecutive defeats against the Citizens. He scored his first open play goal against Luton Town, a left-footed drive into the bottom right corner before rounding the goalkeeper, slotting into our empty net for his second of the game. The second goal earned him a nomination for the Premier League Goal of the Month. In January of 2024, he scored a brace as Chelsea defeated Middlesbrough 6-1 in the League Cup semi-final to advance to the final where they faced Liverpool. A month later, he scored in a 4-2 loss to Wolverhampton Wanderers, making him the first Chelsea player aged 21 or younger to score 10 league goals in a season. With his assist in a 2-2 draw against Brentford in March of 2024, Palmer became the youngest ever Chelsea player with the most goal contribution of 10 goals and 7 assists in a season, surpassing Arjen Robben, who had 16 goal contribution of 7 goals and 9 assists in the 2004-05 season. In April, he won the Premier League Player of the Month award for his impressive display in March, where he scored 3 goals and provided 2 assists. A few hours later, he would go on to register his first career hat-trick. This included 2 goals deep into added time to complete Chelsea's comeback in a 4-3 home win against Manchester United. 2 weeks later, Palmer scored his second career hat-trick against Everton in a 6-0 home win, finishing the match with 4 goals, becoming the first Chelsea player to score 2 hat-tricks in the same season. Furthermore, he became the 3rd player in Chelsea's history to score at least 20 goals in his debut season, with the other 2 being Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, who scored 23 goals in the 2000-2001 season, and Diego Costa, who scored 20 goals in the 2014-15 season. In May of 2024, he scored in a 5-0 win over West Ham becoming only the third player in Premier League history aged 22 or younger with 30-plus goal contributions in a single season, with the other two being Erling Haaland in the 2023-24 season and Cristiano Ronaldo in the 2007-2008 season, the year he won his first Ballon d'Or. Palmer was named Chelsea Player of the Year, voted by the fans. He also picked up the Players' Player of the Year award. He was named Premier League's Young Player of the Season and the PFA Premier League Fans Player of the Year. He also collected the PFA Young Player of the Year for the season. By the end of the season, he had played a total of 45 games with 40 goal contributions across all competitions. In the Premier League alone, he had a 33 goal contributions in 33 league games, scoring 22 goals and providing 11 assists, averaging a goal every 190 minutes. Chelsea accumulated a total of 63 points, with Palmer directly responsible for 27 of those points. If you take away the points won by Palmer's goal contribution, and Chelsea would be directly above Nottingham Forest, just one place above the relegation zone. But instead, they would finish 6th on the table, securing a place in the Europa League. However, they would have to drop to the Conference League as Manchester United took their place in the Europa League after defeating Manchester City 2-1 in the FA Cup final at Wembley. With James Maddison going out injured, Palmer was called up to the Euros. However, he would play just 20 minutes across the 3 group stage games and without starting any match in the whole tournament. Despite getting just few minutes of playing time in the whole tournament, he was still one of the most decisive players. He came on as a substitute in the semi-final, with the match heading to extra time to assist Oli Watkins for the winning goal, sending England to the final. In the final, he came again as a late substitute to score the equalizer. However, Spain scored again to take the trophy. He started the 2024-25 season with a 2-0 loss against former club Manchester City, before scoring a goal and providing 3 assists for Madueke's hat-trick to beat Wolverhampton Wanderers 6-2, going on to score the third goal in a 3-0 win over West Ham United, before scoring 4 goals in the first half against Brighton and Hove Albion, becoming the first player in Premier League history to score 4 goals in the first half of a Premier League game. He assisted Madueke's equalizer against Nottingham Forest, taking his tally for the season to 6 goals and 5 assists in just 7 games. In October of 2024, Palmer became the first Chelsea player to be awarded the England Player of the Year since Ashley Cole in 2010. He saw off competitions from Jude Bellingham of Real Madrid and Bukayo Saka of Arsenal, who came 2nd and 3rd respectively. So, is Cole Palmer the most important Chelsea player at the moment? Let us know in the comment section.